We are having a power outage because of a major storm. So I have to take care of my medication. And that is what I am doing right now. Because it is midnight and we do not know when the weather is going to come back. So I have 3 boxes. There's 2. Here's the other one. I was going to use this smaller one, but they didn't fit in a way that I liked. I felt like they were just gonna get smashed and I didn't want to risk breaking anything. So we are using David's lunch. Oh, shh. I don't know if you guys heard that, but we're using the ice packs for David's lunch. And poor guy's gonna have to go to work with no cold lunch. But yeah. Oh, look at, why is this ice pack's leaking? Protected.
Let me see it. Put it in the front.
You guys know I don't play around. We got the goods. The goods are secure. Shoes. And outside. That's all the better we have. It is after midnight, so. Okay, so we're all on the same page. I'm without power. It has been out for over an hour now. I am absolutely paranoid about my medication staying at the temperature it needs to stay at. Although I know that it can remain cold for many hours in a standard refrigerator as long as you do not open the door. I do not keep it in my standard refrigerator. I keep it in my mini fridge in my bedroom, which that I don't know how long it'll last. So we took it out, we put it in the cooler, and we'll go from there. There is no, as of right now, there is no restoration time for when it will come back on. So luckily, I have a lot of experience with this particular lunch bag and these ice packs, and we are good for at least 36 hours. So in the case of it not coming back on before then, not to worry. I will go buy ice. But I just wanted to give you a short little update and let you know what's going on. And this weather is crazy. But I'm giving you digital hugs. That was really weird. That's hard because I'm just with my flashlight. So, you know, hold on, let's see. There we go. Whoa. Okay, it is 1 o'clock in the morning, you guys. And I'm outside with the air because it's hot in the house. But luckily, we do have one bedroom. Our spare bedroom has screens, has telas, so we're gonna go sleep in there where we can get some fresh air. And please, 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 if you've learned nothing from this, learn to be prepared. Be prepared just in case something happens. Why, hello there, liquid gold. Okay, it's now 5:55 in the morning. My electricity is finally on and stable. Okay. I'm trying to be very careful so I can actually show you guys. I wish I could show you like the temperature, what it feels like, but they are still cold to the touch, as if I'm pulling them out of the refrigerator instead of pulling them out of an ice pack filled bag that they have been sitting in for well over 7 hours. And they're just as cold as my bottles are. In fact, the bottles are not even as cold. Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous even to put them back in here, but everything is everything is cold, but obviously these are much colder. These are much colder than everything else in here, but everything is cold. Just, yeah. Okay, so they are secure, they are safe. Okay, so it is the next day, and I really just wanted to show you how frozen solid the ice packs remained. Even though they had been out of the freezer for, at that point, we pulled them out at midnight. They'd been out for 6 hours because it was like 6 o'clock in the morning when I was showing you that. It was 5:55 when I woke up, and the only reason I woke up was because of more thunder and lightning. I just want to make sure that you are being as prepared as you possibly can, because although it's a very isolated incident, it's not the only incident. There was another creator recently who also had a power outage, and she had somewhere around 6 months worth of name brand Mounjaro that she did not feel safe continuing to use after her power had been out for a while. She felt that the temperature of the medication was no longer safe for her to continue to use them. So she ended up having to dispose of all of them. And that is heartbreaking. That is heartbreaking. Imagine how it would be if you didn't have some sort of preparation plan set in place and lose all of your medication. Like, my heart breaks for her. And I'm just so grateful that we woke up. We were not asleep. We had the ability to do that. Now, in a standard refrigerator, I do believe that they could have been absolutely fine just left in there, as long as we weren't opening the door. However, this is not a standard refrigerator. It is a compact mini fridge. So I didn't feel comfortable leaving them in there, and I didn't want to add them into our refrigerator. The reason I don't keep them in our main refrigerator is because I don't want to have to maneuver them when we need to make space. I don't want to risk them getting broken. So I keep them in my mini fridge, along with, you guys saw, 3 bottles of vitamin C. I do keep my vitamin C also in there, the excess, because it keeps them longer. But I keep my Mounjaro in our bedroom refrigerator because there will never be a need for us to move them around. We just mostly keep, well, we only keep drinks in there. David does have a couple of like to-go creamer packs in there, but they don't even need to be refrigerated. They're non-perishable, so they're shelf stable. They can be pulled out. But I feel safer with them in my mini fridge. But with the powder outage, I did not feel safe leaving them there for an extended period of time. So I did keep them in the lunch bag, which I absolutely love. It is a Titan lunch bag, and it comes with those ice packs. They're called ice walls, and they have zippered pockets, one in the front and one in the back, to insert the ice packets so that the ice packs never touch your stuff that's inside of the bag. And it works amazingly. We each have one for when I used to have to commute to work. I would just leave everything in there, and I didn't have to like worry about it being left in the fridge or forgetting about it, or, you know, somebody accidentally taking it, thinking it was theirs, those kinds of things. And it works amazingly. And we live in Texas, where it gets incredibly hot, and David works outside where he doesn't have access to refrigeration. So on days where it's 115 degrees, he can keep his food and his drinks in the bag, and they remain cold the whole day he comes home, even in that temperature, okay? Not only is it that hot outside, they are left in his vehicle while he's out in the field. So cars get, 15, 20 degrees hotter than it is outside. So you would imagine it's somewhere in the 130 degrees, the vehicle. And his ice packs come home mostly half frozen. They are very rarely less than half frozen. That is an incredible amount of heat and for an extended period of time, and they can withstand that. I will link you, I will link the backpack lunch bag that we use. It's a 30 can cooler backpack, but we use it for that, and it works perfect. And I will leave you a link if you are interested in finding something. And I am glad that I did not leave it in the smaller bag because one, I was afraid it would get smashed, but two, I don't have experience with that cooler and I don't know how well it will hold the ice, but the Titan I do. So I highly recommend it if that's something that you are interested in looking for. Remember that your medication, name brand medication of Mounjaro, is safe at room temperature for up to 21 days once it's come to room temperature, and your Ozempic or Wegovy is name brand is safe at room temperature for 28 days. Now, if you have a compound, please reach out to your pharmacy and verify if it is safe at room temperature at all, because some I have read are not. So double check to make sure that you know what you need to do in the event that something like this happens to you so that you keep your medication safe. I hope you guys have an amazing day. I only have one arm, so I'm going to give you another digital hug with one hand. And I would love to hear all about what your preparation plan is. If you've ever dealt with something like this, were you able to save your medication? I know we recently have had some big natural disasters in the Carolinas, in California, and I don't believe that there will not be any more. So I do hope that you are staying safe out there. And I would love to hear what your plan is and how you're doing. Go ahead and leave it in the comments down below. Let's go ahead and leave an ice emoji in the comments down below. Let me know you made it this far, and I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I'll see you soon.